So no scoring in our first half. What will the second half bring as we are now back underway? Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Up to midfield. Look at him go inside the 30. He will take this all the way. Touchdown, Steelers. Well, these two teams battled through a scoreless first half. Finally, a breakthrough here in quarter number 3.
And I just wonder how that played for both of them psychologically, because when you battle through a scoreless first half, now you know that every possession is increasingly crucial. Who can put points on the board, make the other team chase? Wonder if you get a lift and if they get deflated a little bit.
So now the other return teams out there as they'll try to duplicate what they just saw. And he won't quite make it to the 25. The Ravens offense getting ready now for their first possession of the second half. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. Second half starts with a run by Hall. And hit behind the line. He lost the football. It's loose. And it's picked up by the Steelers. And they're going to take over right there at the 22-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
After review of the play, the ruling on the
so
field
that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Hall on a give up the middle. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. They'll set up the screen for Hall. And he'll be brought down at the 28, and that is well short of the 1st. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Here's Ward to return. And into the end zone. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. An impressive punt return of 76 yards. And the Steelers are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point splits the uprights, and that'll make the score 14-0. Well, it's no secret. That's why they have him return punts. He has the capability to take them back, and he did so there. So after surrendering the punt return for a score, let's see what they can do in turn on this kickoff. And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25. The Baltimore's offense set for this next possession. And, Charles, they're certainly still right in this game, but they need that offense to wake up and in a hurry.
Yeah, I like the way you put it. They certainly did seem to sleepwalk a bit in the first half. Now that their defense has done its job, it's their turn now to go out and try and get some points.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17. Straight ahead is Hall. And nothing doing here as this time the run maybe gets him back to the line of scrimmage, but that's it. The terrible towels in full force now as the Steelers get set to defend this 3rd and long. Here's Tua. Yeah, he'll find Hall. And they're able to bring him down at the 20. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. Here's J.K. Scott now as he's on to punt for Baltimore. On the return is Ward. And just shutting him off there. 13 yards the tally on the return there. And the Steelers will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And Pittsburgh getting set to take the field. This is sort of what you would call a put-away drive, isn't it? I mean, they score here, especially a touchdown. It's almost out of reach.
It certainly feels that way, and I think that they're going to call their plays accordingly because what you really want to do, even though you know the scoreboard.
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And he's going to take it in for a Steeler touchdown. Christian McCaffrey, his second touchdown of the afternoon. And the Steelers get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now 21-0. I'm not sure if they drew that play up to score, but it scored indeed. One play on the ground and into the end zone for 6. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And able to take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. The Ravens offense and Breece Hall headed out onto the field. And he's had his fair share of troubles in this one, unfortunately. This defensive front has wreaked havoc throughout the contest, and he hasn't been able to create enough space to make something positive happen to this point. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Going quickly out wide to Moore. 2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
To a hit, and the ball is out. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side. Does the big boy have the juice? And he takes it back to the house. A fumble recovery for a Steelers score. And Charles, look at the big fella. What a rumble that was. Not only to scoop it, but then take it the rest of the way for the touchdown.
And now you know they're going to have to hear about it from now on. The defensive backs, he's going to want to run with them, do their drills, the whole deal. He thinks he's the pace setter now.
It doesn't matter what happens in practice this week, he's smiling. Now the extra point try forthcoming. It's good, and they stretch their lead to 28-0 now. So not only the cough up, but then the pickup on the other side, the scoop, and the score the other way, the fumble return for a touchdown. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They'll start on the ground. Hall. And he'll be corralled right around the 34. We have played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Pittsburgh. A lot of happy faces in the crowd at this point as their guys have a big lead here to start quarter number 4. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Ready.
Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a 1st down. Well done. From midfield, here's Tua. Nowhere to go here. He lost lost the football.
Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
Second time in this game, Charles, the ball has squirted out from his hands. Luckily, his teammate was there to pounce on it.
You're right. Got the lucky bounce, able to retain possession. You know, we often talk about the combine and why do we measure quarterbacks' hands. Is that really a big deal? It's for situations like this. Do you have the hands big enough and strong enough to hold onto the football while being jostled?
Out of the gun on third down. Here's Tua. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
Fourth down, fourth quarter. Here's Tua. And looking for Andrews, but this is intercepted.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson with a pick.
And the Steelers force the turnover. They'll take over at their own 27.
Well, I get it, Charles. Desperate times call for desperate measures. Down big. They just sent their receivers out, let it fly. But the defense, they were ready.
Yeah, and there aren't too many people left in this stadium that couldn't see that coming. But that's not a major criticism at all because you had to try it. What you're hoping for is one of your athletes out-athletes everyone else and makes a dramatic play.
They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's got room. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
83 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
As many games as the two of us do, I would hope that one day we'll be able to solve this riddle. Why is it on a hot day that one team has more trouble with the heat than another, and especially when you can't stop a guy running the ball?
You know it's September in the booth, though, when you and I have both removed our coats, and those were gone in the first quarter.
They were gone in the first quarter, and what we're watching now is a defense mentally giving in and sagging a little bit because they haven't been able to stop him.
Smith, red. Switch, yellow. Ready?
On first down, this is McCaffrey. It's a 6-yard pickup, but it gets him to 2nd and 4.
I like the call there because that was one to take time off the clock and get them closer to getting out of here with a W. In the mind of the play caller, all you want to hear is tick, tick, tick.
Ready?
From the 44 now, here's 2nd and 4.
Go red.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. The 20. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Well, they mentioned this week, Charles, they had a couple kinks on offense that they wanted to fix. I would say they're pretty well fixed.
There's no doubt about that. I mean, just about everything they've run has been successful in this one. And if I'm the defensive coordinator, I'm done with this, right? I have no answers for anything. In fact, I'd probably send a note to the clock operator. Let it run.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes this 35-0 now. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. Here's the Steelers kick team as they'll boot this one away.
And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24.
Now the Baltimore offense heading back out onto the field.
And they have had their problems moving the ball through the air as we take you through some of the action from earlier. This secondary has played about as well as you can. Many times they've left this quarterback with nowhere to go with the football. Now the pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down.
Brian Burns picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Looking to pass. Tua. Able to shake him off.
To a hit, and the ball is out.
And it's picked up by the Steelers. And that should just about do it. They return it to the end zone, sealing it with a defensive touchdown.
This has just really been a solid second half from them, CD, as they add another touchdown to the lead and they start to pull away in what was once a close ball game.
Yeah, they actually put the Jets on in this one, didn't they? Put a little cherry on top with that touchdown. Now we just got to play out this final minute, and they'll get a chance to celebrate a very hard-earned victory.
Now the try here for the extra point. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The scoop and score, always an exciting play in football, and we witnessed it there, grabbing it off the ground and then rumbling it into the end zone for 6.
And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. The Ravens offense and Tua Tagovailoa headed back out onto the field. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Tagovailoa working out of the gun. And the Steeler pressure too much here. He's going to go down. Now the Steelers use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the gun, it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Fielded at the 33. This one off strong. It's a return touchdown to add on to their lead in the final stages.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes, and that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
They'll look to throw. And they are just not going to let up as he is into the end zone here for 2 more. So after the punt return touchdown, let's see what their opponents can do with this kickoff.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone on that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse